Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel again. So today's video is titled "Is my engineering degree worth it?" So that means computer science, computer engineering, cybersecurity, software engineering, whatever degree you got that actually ties to the software industry or the IT industry as a whole. Today's video was actually unplanned. So I fixed a session to have a conversation with a guy from my university who happens to be in the first year. For those of you who don't know, I graduated almost a year ago, actually more than a year ago. And this guy thought it would be nice to have a conversation with me about the degree itself. So if you're watching this video, I'm guessing you're either in school and you don't really understand what you're doing with your life, and if this is actually something you should be doing. And if that's not the case and you're thinking about going to the university but not sure if it's something you should do, then you should be seeing a pop-up right here, a card that you could click on and go watch a video where I spoke about the engineering degree as a whole, computer science, computer engineering, if it is actually worth it to go study. So you're in school already, like the guy I had a conversation with, and you're trying to see what could possibly be wrong. And actually, there were actually two of them, but the other one couldn't make it. With the other person's case, he's already done with school, like myself, but things don't really seem to be working out like he expected. So on this video, I'm not going to focus on if the degree is actually worth it or not, but the misconceptions that most of us have when going into studying something like this. So it's a bad thinking and it's a bad mind space to be in when you're thinking that, okay, I am unable to achieve something now that I'm in school simply because I am not yet a graduate. I don't have that degree yet. And this is something that is common with international students who go abroad to study. So the person I had a conversation with is a Zimbabwean. The other one happens to be a Kenyan. So in my case and theirs, it's pretty much similar. We traveled from Africa to come abroad to study in Poland specifically. So the Polish market, the Polish labor force, they don't actually require you to have a degree in most cases. In fact, almost in every case, like I could say 95 to 98% of the companies that hire you, they are not concerned if you have a degree or not. The one thing that they care about is you holding a legal document to stay. And that makes it easier to hire a student because if you're a student, then the company doesn't have to stress about getting your documents. But the mind space that most foreigners like me fall in is thinking that the degree is going to handle everything. And that is not cool because then you go to the university, you're doing everything that school gives you to do, and you're coming out with zero knowledge. Yeah, that sounds weird, right? You went to university for 4 years and you're coming out with zero knowledge. How is that even possible? Well, it is very, very possible. You see, the thing with the educational system currently, especially in the software field or IT industry, IT path to be precise, is you're being thrown in shallow waters, like you're just being thrown up and about. When I had my first year, it was madness. So I was studying C++, MATLAB. There was a whole bunch of stuff. From second year, it got even worse. So at the same time, I was going for classes of database, game development with C Sharp, desktop development with C Sharp, backend development with PHP, mobile development with Java. And what happens with your brain is, for someone who doesn't really have like background on all of this stuff, you get so confused that it becomes so overwhelming you're unable to grasp any of them. And I was able to get up to the point I am now, even though I still feel in my own case I did it late. I was able to get up to this point because I took out time to understand which of all these things that I'm learning actually interest me, which of all these things is something I see myself doing after school, and I gave it my best. So the school was basically, me going in and passing the classes. Whereas for some other people, they give their best to school, go in, pass the classes, and that's it. So you're a graduate, you're coming in with your degree, thinking you're going to get a job, and it doesn't really work that way. So, like I said in the video that I made a couple of months ago about something similar, your degree is going to get you to the door. But what actually guarantees that you knock down the door and get in is your knowledge and your experience. So spend more time developing yourself than passing the class. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't give school your whole best. All I'm saying is that basics of networking that you're attending and fighting to get a 10 out of 10 would not matter to a recruiter. What matters is, do you actually understand networking? That C# programming or JavaScript you're learning in class wouldn't matter. In fact, that to-do list that your school project would not matter to a recruiter. All that matters is, what can you do with JavaScript or C#? So on that note, I'm going to end this video by saying, if you've decided and found out that you need to go to the university to get an engineering degree, the best advice I would give to you is, get that degree, be serious with it, but ensure that on your side free time, you're working so hard to build up a portfolio that would blow the mind of any recruiter that comes across your portfolio. Spend time building yourself for yourself, preparing yourself for when you're ready to enter the labor market, and you will not be surprised by how worthless your degree becomes when you get it. And on that note, that's where we end the video for today, guys. Thank you. See you next week.